The world's religions are beginning to develop an ecological theology to help solve the global environmental crisis. Mary Evelyn Tucker and John Grimm, founders of the Forum on Religion and Ecology at Yale, say the world is witnessing the emergence of a new religious consciousness that considers the natural world sacred.
In probably the most profound way, the religious traditions for millennia have offered to humans a way of sustaining life in the midst of tremendous suffering, of despair, of a sense of tragedy, of facing death. And for some people, they would say, we are facing the death of life. We are facing the extinction of species at 20 and 30,000 species a year. This has never happened for 65 million years when the dinosaurs were extinct by an asteroid, made extinct. So what does this mean for humans to draw in a sense that we are altering the life systems of the planet, the air, the water, the soils, the prospect for food to feed this number of people, that we've exploded to over 6 billion people? Hope is, I think, at this moment, eluding us in many ways, and yet I do think that if we can generate the possibilities that humans have created civilization and culture over centuries, and at this moment the most crucial thing is that we can create a sustainable, multiform, multi-religious planetary civilization that says this is one planet, we are one species, and we have got to find our role as humans amidst a larger Earth community. That's the hope. And actually, I think the excitement about this is that there's a great work to be done. There's all kinds of work within economics and technology and politics to make this actually happen. And that's the empowerment for humans who fundamentally want to make a difference for the future. All of the religions have begun to develop statements on the environment. They're up on the website that Yale has now on the religion and ecology. Each of the traditions has worked through their processes of their own bureaucracy to say creation is important, in fact sacred, and there's issues here of justice, for example, how the poor are going to be affected by climate change and so on. So there are general statements on the environment, and now we're finding even more specific programs and campaigns about issues like the climate change and global warming. For example, there's a very large project called Interfaith Power and Light based in California, but involving now over 22 states and 4,000 projects of churches and synagogues involved with examining their energy use. So it's a response to climate change and changing light bulbs and so on, but raising consciousness as well. It's been extremely effective. The evangelicals have gotten on board for climate change in a major way, and they've begun to partner with scientists. This would have been unheard of even 7 years ago. And that happened because two scientists in Oxford explained to a group of American evangelicals, just about 25 of them, the facts of climate change. They heard it from evangelical scientists, very high-level people, and they said, this is an issue of justice because the poor are going to be affected all over the world. They already are in Bangladesh, and look what's happened in Burma. So the evangelicals feel climate change is very much about God's creation, but also about the poor and the effect on the poor for climate change. This joint program between the Forestry School and Divinity School is actually the only one of its kind in North America and in the world. So it's really on the edge of a new field of study that has got tremendous interest from the students because many of them have studied abroad, especially in the forestry school, and understand why Buddhism could actually help in the protection of trees in Thailand and so on. So, and the divinity school students too really see that religion in responding to the world at present has to be involved in ecological issues. So the dynamics in the classroom are absolutely fascinating between forestry and environmental studies students and the divinity students.